Hello, good afternoon, greetings and salutations. I hope everything is going your way. How the hell are you out there? Thanks for coming by. If you like what the Spirit's about to proclaim and say and what I'm about to profess, please do like and share this mess. This is a hot mess because it's on fire. So guys, I've got some messages today. Let's kick it off. Let's get it started. Got them wrote down because I have many of them. Dual wielding phones here. So, something I learned out of many things on the twin flame journey is that they're just you in another body. It doesn't mean you have to be romantic with them or in some kind of relationship. You still have a life to live. We all do on this journey. If you can be with them, it stands to reason you can be with yourself without needing to be with them. And once you do that, you can go be with someone else. If you choose to or want to, you don't have to gravitate towards them. They really are only just you. You got to have that internal shift that brings on a new perspective, and then you'll get it. It doesn't matter what kind of teaching is taught to you about it. It will all unfold exactly as it is supposed to. Good luck. There are two groups in the twin flame dynamic, the self-lovers and the other lovers. One group is a representation of the divine masculine and the other group is a representation of the divine feminine. There are many here whose ego will say, no, that's not how it is. That is how it is. That is exactly why you have two of them. That is exactly why they are radically and diametrically opposed to one another. That is why one group is the avoidance, the other group is the anxious attachers. One group is the divine masculine. One group is the divine feminine. That's why they're divided. One believes in solitude, the other believes in some spiritual romance. That's your explanation on the split and divide. Both sides are capable of what each other are capable of, but to get to that point, they both have to do some work. They got to do some of that healing. You're not born just to love yourself. You're not born to just love someone else. You got to learn balance by mastering both. Once you think you've got it, you ain't got it. All right? And I'm gonna tell you a little cheat code, and we're going to get into it a little bit later, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a hint. Here's a cheat code. You don't have to worry about killing your ego. You just have to know the secret. Well, they keep people hostage for years with this, but I'm going to reveal it right now. All you got to do is wake the spirit up inside of your spine. That's right. All you got to do is wake Kundalini up. All you got to do is receive the Holy Spirit. You've already got both inside of you because they're one and the same. Don't listen to people arguing and saying, no, 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 no. Look, hush. Your ego is messing you up. You become a blind guide leading blind people around, and then you all fall in a ditch. And in America, you get mad at each other because you all fell in the ditch. So, listen to me. The cheat code is simple. Find some way to wake that spirit up and hold on. And then learn you got to let go. Ha ha. Look, the spirit's going to go up as high as it can go. You've got to learn. You've got to wake it up. You got to initiate. And then you have to master it and figure out how to trigger it. It works off of the sacral chakra energy, the energy therein. It works off of that. That's your sexual energy, your creative energy, and your emotional energy. You got to trigger some very hardcore, deep levels of that, and we're going to get into that. Stick around. Let go of your belief system. Hold on to God. Hold on to the divine. Hold on to yourself. Hold on, whatever. Let go. God is beyond all ideas and stories. From the Bible to the Quran and further still beyond all others. God is not in those books because God is beyond all stories and ideas. Egos wrote those, not God. What is attachment? Attachment is when you are in a religion, for example, and you notice that it's corrupt and full of blithering hypocrites. And instead of leaving, it feels like when you get up to leave, you take a break from it thinking, I'm done. It's like you spring right back into it, getting pulled back to the pulpit, back to the pews, because you have a belief that is how you be with God, or even how you be part of a community. Truly, I tell you, God is not in any one religion. He is not in any one house of worship or temple. He is not exclusive to any group. Not because they all have some kind of claim to him, but because he is in everything and everywhere. If you're concerned that you will be separated from God as you shake the sand from your feet on the way out of there, you are being controlled, not by God, but by the religion, because you have been manipulated into believing what they have told you. If you are concerned with being exiled from the community, don't be. Anyone who turns a blind eye to hypocrisy, manipulation, and hostile systems when they are so blatantly obvious, you would have to be pretending to be blind, turning a blind eye to them, is simply anybody who does that, turns a blind eye to hypocrisy, manipulation, and hostile systems that seek to control and maintain a status quo, is not for you, and they are not your friend if you've noticed it yourself. You've noticed for a reason. You are being guided and led away, as you clearly are not that, because not only can you see it, you can't stand it. Let go of the story you have been told and taught to believe, and hold closer to God. And God is not the character they painted and told you about in the stories. If you're trying to do something or having to force yourself to do it, that's not for you. If you're having to rely on your willpower to be a certain way or act a certain way, maybe towards another person, maybe not, that's not you. As soon as you get tired of doing it or trying to be it, who you really are will come out and be revealed. Only after you have exhausted yourself by trying to prop up an act and an illusion will who you are come out. Quit doing what you don't want to do. Don't do what you hate. Ignore the peanut gallery as they mutter and belittle you to keep you in line. Shake all attachments. Cut the cords of all who do these things. You do not exist to serve the freak show of misery called society. They have no right to you or your will. You are who you choose to be, only if you know who you are. Don't worry about having nice houses. You're not looking at the house anyways. You're looking at your phone. If you bought it thinking one day it will make you a lot of money, wrong. It will not, because soon no one will be willing or able to buy anything, let alone your house. Thus is the curse of inflation. Don't worry about having nice cars to drive around in. Don't worry about having a car at all, because soon enough, you won't be able to afford gasoline to put in your nice car. Then you'll be bothered that it's a paperweight. Don't worry about buying a refrigerator worth of junk food, because that food is part of why you feel so unhappy. You don't need all of that. Just as a crackhead is addicted to crack, so too is the average American addicted to garbage that they think is food. Learn to do more with less, and you'll discover that you don't need all of that. You'll discover all of that is for the body. And really, you aren't the body. You'll then know and understand that everything beyond a bottle of water and very little food every day, you don't need. A place to use the bathroom and take a bath is all you really need. Then you'll look around and see it clear as a day. You don't need much of anything this world has to offer. Then you'll ask yourself, what is my role and what am I doing all of this for? Congratulations, your eyes have begun to open, and now you want answers. Keep seeking and searching, and soon enough you'll find your whole life has been nothing but a lie. And what you were told to be and how it is was nothing but another lie called a story. In one breath, you may say this is crazy and you're crazy, but later on, when you're exhausted and tired from playing your character in that lie of a story, and in frustration, you yell at the slightest extra aggravation you encounter, "This sucks. This is all bull crap." What I have said will have been proven right by evidence of your temperament when something doesn't go as planned. Don't you know when things don't go as planned, they're cracks? They're cracks in this crazy thing called the matrix we live in. This artificial world and this fake lie of a story. They're there to show us, hey, you ain't a machine. You ain't supposed to go through life mechanically. You are meant more than for this assembly line that goes from cradle to grave. And in between, you are someone else's product. The resentment you carry and the frustration you hold is all the proof of conviction I require to point and say I was right. All who read my words and feel them know them, even if they are unaware they do, because what I have written and shared here revs up all it applies to, because they have taken it personally despite no name ever being dropped here. We only take something personally if it is personal. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Magic is about energy and the release of it, because magic is energy. If you're going to be good at it, you're going to have to figure out the medium in which you excel at conducting it. There are many ways to perform magic: speaking and preaching, rituals, hand gestures, radiation emanating from internal pulsations of the heart, any combination, etc. These are some mediums, but not all, because it is all as vast as the human imagination. To be effective, you must understand people. You must grasp what makes them tick and talk. You must understand how to determine or figure out what a person or a group of people hold inside, and further still, how to push those buttons that result in emotional flow, and thus moving energy or energetic release. And we all know the buttons inside of any of us are tied to beliefs. Black magic, white magic, whatever magic, it's all in the beholder to determine how they see it and feel about it. There is no reference point, only a perception point of the one not only witnessing, but playing a part in this energetic spectacle. Personalities are predictable. They can be summed up, and because they can be summarized, they can be understood in how exactly to get them to release the energy through their emotions. The one to release it also uses the minds of others through these magic's energetic spectacles to channel intention to manifestation. The question then becomes how to harness the energy and ultimately use it. Then how can this be done without external instrument? When you go to church, guys, I want you to understand something you've never pondered or considered, but I'm going to tell you about it. When you go to church, it's a magic act. Absolutely, 100%. You see those people crying in the pews. You see those people jumping up and down. You see all the energy being released. They may not know this, and they probably don't, but somebody leading the congregation most likely does, and they don't say it out loud. They're getting those people to release that emotional energy, that magical fuel that they need to do God knows what with it. You see these mega churches, you see those million and billionaires running the show, doing ever more extravagant and big spectacles. It's all designed as a big ritual to get you to release that emotional energy. And it doesn't have to be good energy. Turns out energy's energy. When you get mad and you talk about them, when you think about what they did and you're just sitting there wanting to rev up against them, you're giving them your energy. You're part of the magic act. You didn't know that, did you? You're fueling their intentional desire to manifest what they're aiming to manifest. And I'm going to give you a hint. It exceeds beyond religion. You see this ritual happening in our society, don't you? You see it on the news channels. You see it in political campaigns. Oh, they get us charged up. And then we get mad at each other, and when we enter into a confrontation with each other, we get real charged up and release lots of energy at each other. But you know what? It channels straight to them and their show, to their magical ritual. If you really want to stop them, you'll ignore them, because you don't want to give them any fuel. You won't give them any magic. You won't give them any energy to manifest what they're really trying to manifest. And believe me, what they're really trying to manifest, they're not going to tell you in no campaign speech, no sermon, no this and that or that and this. They're not going to tell it to you. It's all designed to get you revved up and get that energy, get you charged up, and then give your vital life force, your energy to it, to whatever it is. About 99% of the time, it's hidden. The ritual is like a deception. Its intended purpose is to get you to release that energy. And then they harness it, they channel it, and they do their magic, their sorceries. What a beautiful spectacle called life. No, I don't have cancer or any of that. Just in case I go missing, you'll know I was right. You can kill this body, but you can't kill me. I live forever. I'm an immortal, don't you know that? He who can see a story can see a bag of crap. Story is something you told designed to make you believe something. Give it your energy. Write your own story, or at least become immune to the stories of others. I got to get my magic potion here. This is dragon's blood, distilled water. No, it's Hawaiian punch. Fruit, like mix you put in drinking water. This is distilled water because this potion is sacred. It's meant to decalcify the connection between this world and the unseen one. Abracadabra. Here we go. Now guys, now we're going to get into it. It's about to go down. I'm about to give you some, listen to me, for those who got the eyes to hear it, and the eyes to see it, and the hearts to feel it, and those who are fearless and courageous and bold enough to embrace it. I'm about to impart and instill some very, very powerful knowledge into you. And all who grasp it will not just find themselves, they'll find God. And dare I say, you'll become God. It's written in their own laws. We are gods. If you want to be born again, you got to raise the Spirit. The Spirit dissolves everything it touches. If you're going to a church or any other religious institution and you aren't feeling lightning striking through your body towards the top of your head, you ain't got the Spirit. Hindus call it Kundalini. Christians call it the Holy Spirit. I don't know what everybody else calls it, but I call it the Spirit. Don't listen to people tell you you automatically have it and leave it at that. You've got to wake it up. You've got to find ways to make it rise up in you as much as you can. People are telling you that it's inside of you, but they ain't telling you the important part. You've got to wake it up. If the house of worship you attend ain't teaching you these things and actively leading the gathering or the congregation towards it, you're in the wrong place to find God. They're there to keep your mind rambling and chattering. They're there to keep you lost. They're there to keep you asleep and blind. They're not there to guide you to awakening. Blind guides leading the blind. The spirit is as this. It carries your suffering through your body, all the way out of the body, through your nervous system, your energetic body and circuit, as it incinerates and burns it all away. It takes with it all that isn't real. It's going to temper and try. This is baptism by fire and spirit. It wipes it all away. Wake it up and find ways to raise it, just as Moses raised the serpent in the desert, and your sins will be washed away. You will be made new. You will be, in a lot of ways, restored back to what you were. Those who defend the world and the ways of it, those who live only to gather material pleasures and treasures, those who belong to this world, they'll defend this world. They'll even try to bastardize all the spiritualness they can. They'll turn all spirituality into religions, and they'll try and keep you, they'll try to keep you in line. They'll try to keep you asleep, and they'll try to stop you from leaving their really messed up plantation where people can't even afford food in it anymore. People can't even afford gas. Going to work is becoming truly pointless. And you know why? Because all these events, the divine does. We weren't brought here by our hands. We weren't even brought here by the hands of the rulers of this world. Unknowingly, they're all just pawns. We were brought here by the hands of God. And I tell you this, they'll try and keep you here. They'll try and say, oh, all that stuff's real, by the way. All that stuff over there, oh, no, you got to be able to function over here in this world. The world is fake. It's an illusion. The matter itself is an illusion. But I'm going to tell you, the world they're defending is one built off of thoughts, one built off of ideologies, one built off of thought. They hide it too. It's all a giant ritual. They'll tell you things like, well, people worked hard to get there, and in the back of their mind, they're like, I'm going to use you to further myself, and I'm going to say whatever is required to keep you in line because I need you for this to work. You listen to me very closely. Their outward appearance is clean and beautiful, but inside they are filthy and nasty, liars and hypocrites and deceivers. You listen to me very closely. What the Spirit washes away wasn't real. Think about how much of your life force, how much of your time in this strange land that we are all foreigners of. Think about all this time we waste suffering in this fake idea construct that holds us hostage through our basic needs. And then when we finally get over them, we just become slaves and servants to our wants and desires and cravings. Listen to me very closely. None of that is real. It is an illusion. What the Spirit is going to burn away and reveal inside of each and every one of us if we just wake it up and master raising it. And we got to do it over and over and over again. One time ain't enough. No matter how powerful, we got to do it over and over and over again. What is left will be real, and it'll be worth more than any gold. It will be gold. It will be worth more than any physical gold or more than anything they can promise any of us in this physical construct and contraption they devised to keep us from doing this exact thing. I'm here to tell you today, it's time to wake it up. I'm here to tell you today, be your own master, be your own guru, master this. Master triggering it. Everything else is meaningless. This matters. This is the only thing here that matters, is you wake the Spirit up inside of your spine and you master calling it, you master triggering it, you master getting it to rise. And you keep doing it. You keep doing it. Believe me, it's time. It's time. I don't care how old your traditions are. I don't care how much your temple costs. I don't give one damn how much fake authority you claim you've got. It all matters of the spiritual. You won't get in my way, and anyone else's way, get out of theirs. Because we won't be stopped or denied by you, the Spirit by birth that is inside of all of us. My path will be made clear. Yell hell, hell, hell as loud as you can. Cry sin, sin, sin as much as you can. Things you can't see and things I can't see have never stopped me before. My path will be made clear. In weakness I am made perfect and strong. Rise, Spirit, rise. It's time to make the inside shine. The only truth that matters is that you've got to wake the Spirit up and figure out how to trigger it to make it rise. You don't have to know all these trivial stories religions tell you. You just have to wake the Spirit up and make it dance. You are the snake charmer, and the Spirit is the snake. Make it dance up your spine. Don't listen to these people telling you to relax and it'll happen on its own, or don't worry about it because you've already got it. Trust me, you'll know when you've got it. You'll feel it. Wake that damn thing up and tell it it's time to dance. Time to ride the lightning inside yourself, just waiting to strike. You can read every book or instruction manual ever written. You can consume countless hours of content trying to understand. Let me help you focus and center yourself. All you need to know about what you're trying to do is this. Wake up the Spirit inside of yourself and learn how to trigger it to rise up your spine to the top of your head. Clear the blockages wherever the Spirit stops flowing at. This is the spiritual practice you seek, and as a bonus, the Spirit will help you clear them. You do this as fast as possible because you're going in the fire once you do this. You're going to walk into hell, you're going to burn, and then you're going to walk right out of it, shining as bright as the stars and the sun and the moon. This is the spiritual practice you seek. This leads to every answer and everything you seek. You've got to find your own way to wake up the Spirit in your spine. Then you've got to master triggering it at will. This can take time, but this is the way. It is unique for each one of us to discover how to do these things due to divisions in our egos. That is why it sounds more like an outline I'm giving you, because this is a very unique process, because our egos have divided us, and thus we have all these things we've got to work through. But this way works. It is more like an outline, but it is a spiritual practice. You have got to find out a way to trigger it. It's about emotional energy, sexual energy, and creativity. You can trigger it with powerful emotion. You can wake up that Spirit with powerful emotion. You can wake it up with epic orgasms. You can wake it up, and then you can trigger it in the same ways. And you'll notice as you do this, it's as if it moves from different parts in your body, from different energetic points, from different chakras in your body. Does it move? Because it rests and nests in those places as it moves and encounters something that needs work. This can take time, or you can wake that Spirit up and you can say, it's time to dance, and I'm feeling frisky. Wake up the Spirit and raise it through your spine to the top of your head. Rinse and repeat until you're there. You'll know when you're there. You'll know. Oh, everything will change. You'll know. Powerful, extreme level emotions such as love, passion, lust, desperation, etc. will wake the Spirit up inside of you and anyone else. The subject or object of your emotions doesn't have to be outside of you, in the physical, in matter, where your eyes can see it. It can be in your mind for all it matters, as long as it is real in your heart, your belief. The great sorcerer, the great wizard, the great mystic, does not cling to a belief, but masters the power of belief. Enough so that they remove them and replace them as needed. It's all up to you and your free will. As long as it is real in your heart, it doesn't matter where it is. Once you wake it up, it will burn everything. It will burn it all. The ashes of everything will fall away. For the subject and object of your emotion is but a sacrificial bait to lure the dragon from the cave out of its slumber. Wake the dragon up and it will light the holy fire hidden inside. Call lightning down from heaven onto yourself from deep within yourself. Rise, spirit, rise from way down low, ascending to the sky way up high. Through the spine do you ride, great, holy, and powerful spirit. Not a single thing seen or unseen do you spare as you fly through the tunnel, black as night. Where it is you stop to rest and nest is where resistance and ice blockage is found. Yet only a matter of time is it dissolved at your fire and breathing sound. Then again you fly until you reach the sky. Then in time at the top it is again. You rest and nest. It is here that is held so dear that slowly with your breath you heat and cook the final meal. Way up high at the end of the 7-seal line of the spine. This is where, dragon, you will dine. And when in time you finally do ingest the meal, thus completes the spiritual deal. Then to heaven is the door made at the final seal, at the end of the spirit's flight, to free will, wrapped in enlightenment beyond the dark night. And then one night, for no particular reason at all, it dawned on me, the entirety of all spirituality and the inevitable religions which spring forth from them. And just as the physical body conceals the spirit hidden, just as matter conceals the spirit in everything and everywhere, so too does religion do to the sacred energy of the spirit. It all boils down to setting yourself on fire by means of the spirit. Just as a frog must be placed in a pot of lukewarm water and over time brought to an inescapable boil, so too does everyone who seeks God, the divine, themselves, the truth. The point of the entirety of spirituality is simple. It is to wake up the spirit at the base of your spine and then master how to make it rise, just as the snake charmer calls the snake forth from its hiding place. There is no purpose but this. For the true purpose, the meaning of it all, is what lies at the end of this ritual inside. Wake up, snake. It is time to dance. Let me explain something to you that I finally realized and understand. You don't have to practice killing your ego. You said silly. Wake the spirit up, master how to trigger it. It will burn the ego away through this process. It will dissolve it all away. You don't have to do a thing. You just have to figure out how to wake it up, first and foremost. Trigger it. Trigger it to do its work. That's all you have to do. And in the process of all of this, you will get to whatever the hell we think the destination is. That's beyond all thoughts, apparently. I'm just here to tell you in a way I know you'll understand how to do it. Prepare to suffer. Prepare to die. Prepare to be reborn and resurrected. Prepare to stand in the glory and the presence that is in all things and in nothing all at once. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Rise and shine. It's time to wake up. Because the physical world is not real. It stands to reason it cannot affect anything that you desire and anything your will and all these other things that I have a feeling we're all going to find out at the epic conclusion don't much matter at all. If you asked me, well, what do you want? I wouldn't have an answer. What do you desire? I don't have an answer. Nice car to drive around in all day long, be left alone when trying to sleep. These are all bodily things. A way to pass the time in this body until something else happens. And to be honest, I can live without all of those things. I believe hard enough I don't even need food. Well, I hear that's all the rage to some folks on this earth. How long can I go without eating? It's time to wake up, isn't it? Be careful. Be careful. The same ones who cause this illusion called society, or as we reference it, the world we live in. Be careful. The same ones that conjured this illusion have been at this for pretty much as long as the sun's been rising. Be careful. They'll tell you you're awake. They'll even try to they'll conjure up a new illusion that looks like it. But it won't be, because you'll be relying on what's outside of yourself to determine that you're awake, that you're free, that you're whatever. The one illusion that they can't conjure is one that is inside of you. Oh no. They can influence, they can show you things that make you think. They understand psychology too. But they can't conjure the illusion inside. No. It's up to you inside. That's what waking up is all about. I'll tell you this. Your pains, miseries, and sufferings, your bad memories and thoughts, by and large, they're tied up in your nervous system. When you wake that spirit up and you charm it and you make it dance, you say, come on, spirit, come on, snake, it's time to awake. It's time to dance. It'll flush your nervous system of every bit of that. Some of it's embedded in there, don't matter. Don't matter. That spirit's got the whole intellect and consciousness of the divine, of God, inside of it. And all you got to do is wake it up that first time and realize what it feels like. And then find your way of triggering it. Snake charmer might ask for flute lessons. How can I play the flute to maybe a master snake charmer? But ultimately, the snake charmer has to charm the snake on their own. And ultimately, it is a very real possibility that you can master how to play the flute that charms the snake all on your own. You've got to wake it up, and then you've got to figure out how to get it to dance, how to trigger it. You'll feel it all, you'll know. And all that misery and suffering, all that bad time, all that stuff, you'll find out, oh, this isn't how it is. I don't, oh, wow. Because the spirit's going to eat it. And just like mice running around in the field, you just have to get that spirit to wake up and eat all of the mice and the rats running around in your field, running around in your body, running around in your nervous system. And if you can do this, you really will. You really will have found the secret to ending suffering. I don't want to discourage you, but I'm going to warn you. It's a hell of a ride to do such a thing. One might argue it was meant for the insane. Others might argue it wasn't meant for everything. What one calls an angel in their eyes, another calls the devil in theirs. One says there's God, the other says there's ego. You ever watch rodeo before? You see those cowboys on those 1,000-pound, full of muscle and fury bulls, and they're sitting at the gate, and the cowboys got that damn war glove gauntlet on. They're holding on to that bull, and then they put the belt on that bull, and they pull that gate, and that bull kicks and thumps and starts dancing, and that cowboy's just hanging on. That is the dance of the spirit. If that deters you, look away, look away, look away. But truly, truly, I tell you, when it's your time to dance. It's your time to ride the bull, and it's your time to dance the dance of the Spirit and walk the walk of God. Don't be afraid. Suffering's temporary. Pain's inevitable. But suffering is temporary. Good luck. I hope everything goes your way.